Hey, what's up? It's Symphony here. Subscribe to my brother Mr. Creepy as Hell channel, and when you're watching his videos, make sure you stay in one piece.
My name is Kyle, and for a backstory, I'm a CEO of a very successful company. The company's very successful, but because of that, I wasn't really able to take vacations or days off. I worked it 3 years straight, and this day, on this particular day, I decided to give myself a 3-week vacation. But what I didn't realize was the vacation that I was taking was going to be far from that, a vacation. I took a trip to Hawaii. I figured that would be a place where I could unwind and relax. A couple of hours later, I landed at the airport of Hawaii, and then I booked me an Airbnb. There was an older woman who owned this Airbnb and who was the host. Her name was Shirley, and when I met her, she seemed like a really nice older woman, but looks can be deceiving, and I will find that out the hard way. Shirley talked to me about how her husband died a year ago and how all of her children moved away and out of the country and how lonely she felt. That's why she decided to do this, rent out a part of her house to customers who need a place to stay so they don't have to pay for expensive hotels. Well, for me, I hate hotels, and I have a really valid reason why, but that's a story for another day. That's not really important. But I rented an Airbnb. The woman was very nice. Well, now that everything is packed in, I let you get settled in. I make you dinner. You don't have to buy anything out. I love cooking for my guests, she told me. I responded to her, "Oh, thank you." As Shirley was making dinner, I got on my laptop to finish up the final fragments of work I had to do. And after I got done, that's when dinner was ready. The whole house smelled real good. She made spaghetti and meatballs, bell peppers and onions, and chopped up tomatoes on top of it. She even made garden salad and garlic bread. She also poured me a bottle of wine. I really liked this. This woman really knows how to treat her guests. It feels like I'm sitting at a 5-star hotel, but I'm not. I hope you enjoy my cooking. I worked real hard, and I love feeding my guests. Thank you very much, Shirley, and I can't wait to dig in. It smells really good, I thanked Shirley. I began to eat the spaghetti and took a couple of sips of my wine and ate a few bites of my bread and then took a couple of bites of my salad. But after I'd done that, I started to feel weird. I started to feel woozy and dizzy and nauseous at the same time. I felt like I was going in and out of consciousness, and my heart felt like it was slowing down. I got up because I felt sweaty, and I felt like I was about to vomit because I felt so nauseous. But before I can do anything, I remember the whole entire kitchen went black. The last thing I remember whilst I was going in and out of consciousness was I saw Shirley looking down at me. And that's the last thing I remember. I remember waking up inside of a forest, and I was tied up to a tree. Hello? Somebody help me, please. I'm trapped. I don't know where I'm at. Is there anyone out here? Please, I yelled out as I was still groggy from the poison or the drug that Shirley gave me. I don't know what she gave me, but it made me felt very weak, and it made me felt like my energy was just drained out of me. My bones and limbs felt so heavy. It felt like I had an elephant on all of my limbs, my arms and legs. I just felt so exhausted. I could barely even talk. I was only able to cry out for help and to ask someone to save me. I felt my hands and they were tied up against a tree, but I felt like if I moved them in the right direction, I can get unloose. So I tried that because I figured no one was going to hear me or save me. It took about what felt like 30 minutes before my hands finally got loose. I looked around and there was no traps or anything set into motion. I was able to free my hands, and I ran. I didn't know where I was at. It took me a while before I found a road. I waved my arms back and forth as I saw a car coming. The car luckily stopped, and it was a woman. She was a mother. She had a son and a daughter in the back. I told her, "Excuse me, ma'am, thank you for stopping, but is there somewhere you can take me to a police station? I was kidnapped and I was tied up here in the woods. I mean no harm, and I'm not a threat. I promise you, I'm a very rich guy. I will help you out any way you need to be helped out. I'll even be happy to give you gas money for your troubles. Wait, I have a card in the back of my pants pocket. See, my name is Kyle. You can call up this place where I work at. I'm the CEO of the place. They will confirm you my identity." She looked at the card, and she just told me to get in. About an hour later, I was at the police station, and I filed in a report about what happened to me, and how I believe Shirley poisoned me and probably kidnapped me and tied me up. I don't have the motive on why she done it. I just know that she done it. I also pointed out the Airbnb, the address where she should be staying at, because that was her house. I arrived in a cop car with the officers. They went in first, but they saw no sign of her. I went in my room that I was supposed to be staying at, and let's just say that all of my belongings were gone, including my phone and my wallet. I wasn't too heartbroken by this because I can replace everything that was stolen, but still, I couldn't find it. The officers took me and they paid for me another room for a couple of days until I got myself together. And then eventually I got myself together and I rode the plane back home. The officers could never find the woman, and they believed that Shirley is just an alias name. Several months later, the officers could not find the woman, and she continues to remain on the run. But that was really a scary time for me. I don't know what she had planned for me. I don't know what her intentions were, but I never rent another Airbnb again.